Hey guys, welcome back to Pulp Hero Audio. So, in my last video, I did a review of Marvel's Savage Avengers #1, which includes Conan the Barbarian on the team. And I gave it a positive review. I recommend it, or I recommended it in that video. I still recommend it. I think it was pretty good. But the thing after uploading that video, I got to thinking, even if it is a good story, do we really need it? Do we need Conan on Savage Avengers? And the thing that got me thinking about this is I looked at the April 2019 comic book sales. Now, if you're not familiar with the state of the current comic book industry, sales are not that great. Comic books simply do not sell the way they used to, not the way they did, 10, 20, 30 plus years ago by any means. And so I was looking at the sales, and Conan the Barbarian, the latest issue of Marvel's main Conan title, Conan the Barbarian, was selling under 40,000 copies a month. And for a character as great as Conan, that just seemed really sad to me. Which, got me to thinking that Marvel is doing what Marvel often does, and that is they are flooding the market with too much content. There's too much Conan out there. Now, as a Conan fan, obviously I can't get enough of the Barbarian, but not everyone is that kind of fan. You have more casual readers out there, people that are deciding from month to month what comics are worth buying and which ones are not. And with the price of comic books today, sometimes they have to be rather thrifty, rather frugal with what they buy. So, Conan and his titles may get overlooked. So what I'm saying is, do we need Savage Avengers with Conan? No, we really don't. Do we need the Savage Sword of Conan? No, we really don't. Because that's what Marvel has done. That they debuted Conan the Barbarian, the main title, a few months back. And then within just a couple of months of that, here comes the Savage Sword of Conan. Along with an Age of Conan Belit miniseries. Then Conan is appearing in Avengers No Road Home. And now he is starring in the Savage Avengers. And does the current market really warrant that many Conan titles? Dark Horse, when they had the license, they kind of fell into this same trap. They started off really strong with their main title. And then suddenly it was like, every month there was a Conan one-shot, a Conan mini-series. And meanwhile, the quality on the main title was starting to drop off. Fans were starting to get a little bit upset with some of the directions they were going in. Oddly enough, this happened around the time, I think, of when Dark Horse was doing the Queen of the Black Coast storyline, which again involved Belit. Weird how Belit keeps coming back into this. Does Conan's dead girlfriend really need a miniseries? Yes, I know she was a great character. She was an original Howard character, perhaps the love of Conan's life. But again, in the current market we're in, Does she need a miniseries? Does there need to be not one but two Conan comics at this time? Does he need to be appearing in multiple books? Is it simply too much? And I think about what Marvel did in the old days, when you go back to the 1970s, when they first acquired the Conan license to do the Conan the Barbarian comic book. That was in 1970. And it was 4 years before they put Conan in anything else. You had this one comic, Conan the Barbarian, and they took the time to build an audience, build a following, gain the goodwill of Howard fans who had read those stories. They sort of built a trust, if you will. And they did that over the course of, nearly 4 years. It was 1974 before they launched the Savage Sword of Conan. So by that time, they had built up the original title, the Conan the Barbarian, as quite a success. And then in 74, here comes the Savage Sword of Conan, and it too was successful. I might mention the Savage Sword of Conan, it stood out from the other title. It was magazine-sized format, black and white interior pages, those great painted covers. It had the mature content and themes and that kind of thing that the Comics Code approved Conan the Barbarian title did not have. So by the time they debuted it, already they had built up an audience. They were offering something different, something with a little different flavor to it. Whereas you look at what Dark Horse did and what Marvel is doing now, you've got the main title, Conan the Barbarian, which has quite a bit of potential, but then right on the heels of it, here's the Savage Sword of Conan, here's a Belit miniseries, here's the Savage Avengers, Avengers No Road Home. It's just, Conan here, Conan there, Conan everywhere. And as much as I love Conan, I'm saying pull it back. So what would I do? Well, I would probably let the Savage Avengers story that is currently going on go ahead and run its course, play itself out, and then at the end, either simply cancel that title or, send Conan back to his own time and he's no longer a part of that team. Keep him out of things like that from now on, or for at least for a while. No more miniseries, no more spin-offs or anything like that, and at least for now, cancel the Savage Sword of Conan. Just pull it back to one title, Conan the Barbarian. Make sure it is of the highest quality, with the best talent that Marvel can possibly afford on it. Market the heck out of the thing. Really build some bridges, build some goodwill between old audiences and potential new audiences. Find a good balance of what old school Conan Howard fans want with what newer audiences are perhaps hoping to see, and really invest in that one title. Make it a genuine success. And then, only after you have managed to do that, only after several years of building up this title into something truly great, only then perhaps could you do something else. Do a spin-off, bring back the Savage Sword of Conan. And if you do bring back Savage Sword, make it special again. Make it stand out from the regular Conan the Barbarian title in some way, so that it's not just another Conan comic, but it's something different, something special. So yeah, I guess this was just kind of a rant that I did here. I still recommend Savage Avengers and many of the other Conan comics out there. Maybe not the Belit miniseries. I hope to do a whole video on that at some point in the future. But even as a Conan fan who is willing to consume more content than others might of Conan, I still want the character to be successful. So again, I'm saying, get it together, Marvel. Pull it back and make one title a great success and go from there. All right, that's it, guys. Thanks for listening. Later.